Okay, guys. Ooh, excuse me. Anyway, I'm driving. So, 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 this is what I wanted to talk about, or whatever. So many people, or whatever. Card readers and all of that. It's so many different systems set up, or whatever that. These systems that they have to be broken, and it's due to our ancestors and slavery, and all the things that our mothers and their mothers' mothers and their mothers' mothers went through during slavery, that have people in captive in their minds, or whatever, and these systems or whatever that have to be broken. It's a system or whatever, and it's really colored people. Excuse my language. It's colored people, and they're being against each other. I mean, every room I've went into, not just in the world in general, it's like everywhere. These systems that black people have built up in their minds, they need to be torn down. God is very unpleased with them. Even in society, even in the world today, or whatever, you got black people that they have these systems, and they want to be, they want to be the famous, they want to be the biggest thing, they want to be the most famous person, they want to be at the top of the line, they want to be more than each other, they want to outdo each other, they want to see each other. They don't want to see each other make it, though. They don't. And they will not give you a hand to pull you up and help you for anything. I've been in these different systems and in these rooms, and and I'm seeing things for what they really are, or whatever. And God says those who are last will be first. I'm telling you guys about these systems, or whatever. Okay, even 11:11, and I'm going to come back with that journey, because I have been with a special, unique transformation journey for over 2.5 years, and it has been phenomenal, or whatever, the 11:11 journey, or whatever. Nevertheless, God, it is about, spiritual partner, but you got to be whole within yourself, and you got to make it back to God. You have to go back to the cross, and you have to love on yourself. You have to love God first of all, so that he can start doing things in your life, or whatever, and start, releasing all of your gifts and the things that he want to give to you, or whatever. Each spiritual soul have a unique calling on our lives, or whatever. And so these systems, though, is what I'm not getting, or whatever. A person will do anything. They will kill for fame. They will kill to be at the top of the line. They will kill to be the biggest thing. They will kill to be noticed, because it's to do with ourself, or whatever. If you're an attention seeker, if you're not whole within yourself, or whatever, you're gonna need people to validate you from the outside. You're gonna, and you'll kill for that attention. You'll kill. That's how you feel like you're someone. You have to receive recognition from the outside world. But when you're whole and within God, and when you know who you are, you do not have to receive a validation from anyone but the Lord, because he's the one that's guiding you, leading you, telling you what to do, telling you which way to go, telling you all things, and he'll show you all things. That's the thing about, if you are a spiritual twin soul, you have gifts, and God show you everything you need to know. So, it's good that people, have these gifts, and they use different things to maneuver through things for God to speak to them, so that they can relay a message to different people, even that's on the twin flame journey or whatever. But you have to, if you're a twin soul or whatever, spiritual twin soul, you got gifts, and God give them to us, each of us, and your intuitive gift is out of sight. It's out of sight. You know, you could read a person from a mile away. You could read energies. You could read people and all of that, you know. But these systems that I'm talking about with, it's colored people. I came on this journey like 2.5 years ago. I'm not going to continue to keep stressing that. And when I got on this journey or whatever, I came in this room. No one ever told me what twin flames were or whatever. I started seeing 1111, and you know, and I started searching, Googling. I started Googling things or whatever to try to figure out what it was, what I was doing, and all of that. And God brought me here. He brought me to Spiritual Twin Flame Union or whatever, 1111, you know. And that's how I got in this room. But nevertheless, when I got in this room or whatever, you know, I started seeing that it was a lot of colored people that were performing tarot or whatever, and doing tarot readings or whatever. And so when I got in this room or whatever, and you know, and God started speaking to me about things or whatever, because I could feel people energies, and I could tell who people are even just from their picture. And God showed me things, and you know, I am an energy reader or whatever, and I know when people doing things. I know when people and try to do bad things. I know stuff. You know, He gave me these gifts or whatever. And so, you know, but it's to do with black people, colored people. They don't want to help each other for nothing, and they are in competition, not only in just in the world itself. Colored people are against each other, but you got them in different rooms, tarot card readings, and you know, whatever black people have going on, and where there's a lot of other colored people or whatever, they're all against each other, and it's like just crazy. And I'm seeing it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's crazy. They want to see each other. They don't want to see each other make it, and they want to be above you, and they want to, you know, have the. But one thing you got to know, I serve the Lord, and I've been serving the Lord thy God for a long time, and God, all these gifts, God gave them to me, you know, and I can see people a mile away, and so God started telling me whatever, you know, how against people were, and they're in a race, and they're in a competition, even in tarot card readings or whatever, and you know, they're being jealous of each other and all of that. If you are a spiritual being and God have called you, and you're a spiritual twin soul, or you're a spiritual soul, you cannot have those things in your heart. You cannot operate like that. Because if you operate like that, I have one thing to say about you only. You are never going to get anywhere. You think you're going to progress, and you're thinking you're going to be above people, and you're thinking you're at the top of the line, and you thinking you're doing all this stuff, but just as quick as you can rise up, God can bring you back down, and you could be at rock bottom. So I advise people not to look at people, you know, when they first come on this journey or first start doing tarot card readings or anything like that, you know, because the same place that God brought you to and the same subscribers you got, God can get, He's going to do that for everyone. And that's, you know, that's all I have to say about that. And I'm doing one video, and then I'm going to go on and do another one or whatever. But like these systems or whatever with colored people or whatever, and like trying to be against each other and looking at each other and, you know, wanting to be better than each other or whatever, that's not going to work. You cannot have Jesus Christ in your heart if you're operating like that. So I suggest you go back to Him, because if you are looking for validation from the outside world and to make a name for yourself, you are on the wrong road path. And God is just as quick as you know, with the blink of an eye, God can, you know, take everything. And I've experienced that too. You know, it's not wise for us to think that we're doing something better than anyone or we're above anyone. And if anything, you should be trying to show and help and tell the person what you did to get to where you are. But colored people, they're so selfish and they're about themselves. They don't have enough sense to do that. They don't have enough sense to stick together like other races. They don't have enough sense in their mind. And right there, that's one strike right there. And number two, not loving thy neighbor is another one. And number three, not, helping your neighbor or whatever is another strike or whatever. So if you're in that space, I suggest that you really come up out of that, because you're going to need to go back to God, and you're going to need some deliverance and healing, and you're going to need to, for God to show you who you are, so you won't think that, you're above, and you won't think that, you got a gift that you're doing something so much better than anyone else, because God, he doesn't operate like that. The same thing he do for one person, he'll do it for another. And, that's one part of it I'm going to talk about, and I'll come back here in just a minute with the second part.